It's been raining in Tacloban, hindi ka ba nilalamig? Welcome back to my channel. I am back here at Antonio's Event Center here in Tacloban City, Philippines. And today I'm going to be sharing with you my version of a Lechon Sisig. It is December 26, 2024. It's just after Christmas, and you know what that means? We have leftover lechon. And instead of making lechon paksiw or pritchon, I decided, hey, why not make Lechon Sisig, right? Come along with me as I make my version of this popular dish. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is add some oil in a wok. And you want to also add a little bit more than what you usually use to saute some vegetables. And the reason for that is I also want to give the lechon more time to have contact with the oil so that it will be more crispy. It's just gonna add to the overall flavor of this dish. Okay, so now that we added some oil, I'm first gonna start adding some red onions. And I also don't want to add all of my red onions because I do want the difference in the textures of the red onions. So I do want some soft onions, and I also want some crunchy ones towards the end. Again, it's texture and flavor. Okay, so now that I've added some onions, it's about 1 minute in, I'm gonna go ahead and add some garlic. I also don't want to burn the garlic, so as soon as you start to smell the garlic flavor, about 30 seconds in, we're gonna go ahead and add the lechon. So what I have here is leftover lechon. This is about ½ kilo. Like I said, we had a whole lechon, and I have some leftovers. And so why not just make everything Lechon Sisig, right? Okay. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add everything in the wok. Guys, it smells so good. So you wanna just give this a couple of minutes so that all of the fat in the lechon is gonna render, so that the onions and the garlic will start to incorporate these flavors into the lechon. The key to make a very good Lechon Sisig is actually to have a very good lechon as well. So here in Tacloban, a lot of us swear by lechon that is coming from Tanawan Leyte. We all have people we go to grab our lechon. And this is the place that we trust very, very well, and they make the best lechon for me. I'm sure that if you live in the Philippines, that you have a go-to place for your lechon. For me, if it's in Cebu, it's Rico's Lechon, just because I like spicy lechon. So this sisig is also gonna be spicy. But don't worry, because if you don't like spicy food, you can just opt out with all of the things that I'm gonna add that will make this spicy. At this point, the lechon has been cooking in the oil. As you can see, it now has some pieces that is crispy, and the lechon itself is now a little bit more brown, which is what we want. So now it's time to add the rest of the ingredients. So to this, what I'm gonna go ahead is some sili labuyo. These are green chilies, and it's a little bit spicy, and this is common that we add with a dish like sisig. If you don't have access to this, you can also just use any chilies that you want. I also still want to add this because it gives it a pop of color. So the green goes well with this dish. But I also want to give it just a little bit of an extra kick. And so I also want to add some red pepper flakes. But if you don't want it to be too spicy, you can opt that out as well. So just a tablespoon. That should be good for me. To this, I'm also gonna go ahead and add a little bit of Knorr liquid seasoning, just for that boost of umami. Okay. So I also want to add some pepper. So I know this is controversial because traditional sisig doesn't usually use mayonnaise, but I actually really like to add mayonnaise because for me, it's a lot better with it. I don't know with you, and you can opt to not put this in, but I do like my mayonnaise in my sisig, okay? It doesn't always have to be traditional. You can always put your spin on stuff. And for me, mayonnaise goes really well with the sisig, okay? But that's just my opinion. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this whole thing in here. All right. And lastly, I also want to add some calamansi, just for that extra citrus kick. I don't want to add this at the beginning because I want this citrus taste to be forward. If you add this early on, it kind of mellows it down, and I really don't want that. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 3 pieces of calamansi. Guys, humut kaayo. So the last thing I'm gonna do is mix all of this together and taste it, just to make sure that the seasoning is right. But guys, look at that. It smells so good. You can still really taste the lemongrass flavor, which is tanglad. It didn't really take away the natural flavors of the lechon in this dish. It's just that the mayonnaise, as well as the onions, the garlic, as well as the chilies, just elevated that flavor. And also, the Knorr liquid seasoning just added a little bit of boost of that umami flavor as well. Okay, so now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is transfer it to a sizzling plate, and then I'll show you how I'll serve it. Look! Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and add the lechon sisig that we just made. So to this, I'm gonna go ahead and add just some fresh red onions. It's better raw as well. And then I'm gonna go ahead and top it with some green onions just for some color. And finally, I'm gonna go ahead and add some egg in the middle. And there you go. This is my version of lechon sisig. Okay guys, it smells so good. I can't even describe it. I'm gonna go ahead and taste it right now and let you know if it's really good or if it isn't. Guys, it's so good, okay? But don't believe me. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce you guys, or if this is your first time watching this channel, I invited Ronald. He is the head cook here at Antonio's Event Center, and he's gonna go ahead and try my recipe for lechon sisig. Sige daw, kung marasa ba. Guys!
Okay.
Oh. Masa?
Crispy, crunchy.
Crispy? Sakto lang harang?
Sakto lang.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be too spicy, but it actually isn't. Just follow the recipe. And I hope you guys make it. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, I have some more recipes and you can watch them over here. Please consider subscribing and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!